Hey everyone, I've had a lot of requests for some shorter classes, so I've come up with a new class style called the Everyday Practice. These are going to be 10 to 20 minute classes that you can do at any time of the day. They're not too slow, they're not too fast, and we're not going to be working towards a peak pose or a peak sequence, so to speak. We're just going to be moving in a way that feels really good. And as always, if you like the class, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, to comment, to share it with a friend. And if you wanted any longer classes, then you can head to our Patreon account, which I'll leave a link down below. All right, let's get started on our bellies. And once you come down, you're just gonna stack your hands on top of each other and then bring your forehead down. Taking a couple of breaths in and out through the nose. Let's see if we can try breathe in a little deeper into our belly and our lower ribs. Also making the duration of our breath a little longer. And when we can take a longer breath, it not only helps us physically being able to be more controlled in our yoga asanas, being able to access deeper ranges of motion, but it also helps us energetically. Allowing us to feel more present and more focused. Just keep your head stacked on your hands. Bend your knees, turn the toes towards the sky. You're going to squeeze the knees towards each other as well as the ankles towards each other. And start to drop the toes towards the right. As you do this, your left knee is going to lift off the ground. Don't feel like you need to get the toes all the way down. Breathe in, come back through center. As you exhale, drop the toes towards the left. Let's try this a few more times. Another option is to have your hands down by your side, near your ribs. So as you drop the knees over, you're pushing through the opposite hand to help open the chest. Just going to make it feel a little easier. Starting to open through the spine a little more, as well as the front of the chest. And then come back through center, extend your right hand out in line with the shoulder, left hand by the left ribs, keep your toes where they are, and then start to drop them over to the right. So knees are bent and we're going to move them like a clamshell. So you're going to lift the left knee up to the sky, keeping the left foot on top of the right, and then lower the left knee down. Let's exhale to lift the knee. Inhale to lower the knee. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lift. This time hold. If you want it a little more, you can reach your left hand towards your left knee. So you're kind of lifting it up a bit higher. And what you're doing is just opening through the hips a little more. It's also going to increase the twist through the spine, just a little. Release the left knee down. Roll back through center and let's swap that to the other side. So extend the left hand out by your left shoulder, right hand by the rib. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale, turn both toes towards the left. Right hand pressing down into the ground. Let's open up that right knee on your breath out. Inhale to drop it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Let's go 2 more. holding your right knee up. Maybe you stay here with the right foot down on the left, or you could lift it up, right hand reaching towards the right knee. One more breath. Release the knee down. Bring both hands by the ribs. Let's come into Cobra Bhujangasana. Engage the glutes. Lift yourself up. Might be a little lift to begin with, breathing in. And then as you exhale, lower down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Maybe a little higher this time. Exhale, come down. Let's go 1 more. Rolling the shoulders back and down, lifting up the chest. Exhaling to lower. And then push up onto your knees. Tuck your toes, but keep the knees down. Child's pose. Okay, so just getting into the backs of the feet a little more, the toes. Walk your hands back towards you. So you're kind of coming into a toe, or you're sitting down on your heels. And with or without the help of the hands, you're going to lift the knees off the ground. So you're leaning back, lifting up. You might stay here, or you can drop the heels towards the ground, kind of finding a narrow squat. Lift your heels off the ground, tap the knees forward, and then untuck the toes, sit down on your heels. Shift yourself back, lift the knees up, getting into the fronts of the feet, and then lower the knees down. Lift up your hips, tuck the toes, inhaling to lift the knees. As you exhale, lower the heels down, reach your arms forward. Inhale, lift the heels. Tap the knees down. As you exhale, untuck toes, lean back. Inhale, shift forward. Tuck toes. As you exhale, lift up. Maybe the heels come down. Let's go 1 more of each. Inhale, tap the knees down. Exhale to untuck, maybe lifting the knees. Inhale, lift up, tuck toes. As you exhale, narrow squat. Hold here. You might just rock forward a little more. Take your feet a little wider. So you're kind of coming towards Malasana. And for this one, you can have your heels absolutely off the ground. And take a little twist. Yeah, actually for this one, let's all lift our right heel aft. Bring the right elbow in front of the right thigh. Lift the left hand up to the sky. Come down, let's swap. Lift the left heel off. Shift your weight into the left toes. Right hand lifts up, big breath in. Exhale. Let's go 1 more each side. This feels so good for my lower back and my feet. Ooh, so juicy. Other side. Okay, this is where we get a little funky. If you can, see if you can deliver your hips towards the ground. Use your hands if you need. Coming into low boat. So lower the lower back towards the ground. Reach your feet forward. Make sure they're not too low. You want to lift them up slightly, which is actually going to put more tension kind of in the core and the hip flexors. Okay, your catch here is that you're going to try come into your Malasana squat again. So lift up, plant the heels down. Use your hands if you need. And then come up, forward fold. So feet are about mat width distance here. Okay, we're going to flow between those movements. So inhale, lower the hips. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, plant the feet. As you exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, bend the knees. Deliver the hips. As you exhale, low boat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Let's go 3 more. So this combination requires quite a bit of ankle mobility, I'm not going to lie. But it's a fun one to play with. It definitely gets easier the more you do it. I've lost my count, so let's go maybe one more. Eventually holding in our Uttanasana, forward folds, keeping the feet wide if that feels good. Maybe you bring your peace fingers around your big toes, inhaling, lifting halfway. Maybe you bend your knees a little more so that you can lengthen your spine. As you exhale, hinging from the hips, pull on your hands, tuck your head in. So really get active through your arms here. Pushing your big toes down, pulling your fingers up into your big toes, and that's just going to help lift your hips up even higher. Release the grip around the big toes, round the back, slowly come up through standing. Inhale, bring your hands behind your hips. As you exhale, push your hips forward. We're going to take some big circles with the hips, so take your hips around in one direction. And then go for the other direction. You can keep your hands on your hips, or you can do whatever feels good for you. Bring your hands down by your sides. Okay, take a couple more. Making these as big or as small as feels good. Let's go one more each direction. Lift your arms up, breathe in. Exhale, dive it forward. Let it go. Halfway lift, inhale, hands to shins. As you exhale, walk out, downward facing dog. And pushing through the hands, shifting the chest back towards the thighs. Use your next breath in, ripple forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, knees or toes. This time we push back up, high plank, inhale. As we exhale, back to downward facing dog. Let's try that again. Inhale, rolling forward, lifting high onto your toes first. Exhaling, tucking the elbows in, lowering halfway. Lift back up, strong core, breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's go 3 more. Option to come into dolphin pose instead of down dog. That's with the elbows down on the ground. Not going to hold there for too long, so it's just kind of an in-between point. Next time you're in your chaturanga, you're going to hold. 3, 2, 1, and then come down onto your belly. Okay. Let's find Cobra again. Inhale, lifting up, this time hold. So you're really rolling your shoulders back and down. Engaging the glutes, pointing your toes. And then lower down. Now you can do that again, or option for bow pose. Okay. And what that looks like is bending both knees, taking your hands around the sides of the ankles. There is no expectation for this to be super big. We haven't warmed up into it heaps. But, I don't know, it can feel really good for the spine. Engage the glutes, pull the knees towards each other. You'll start to kick your heels up and then towards the back of the mat. Let's go 3 more breaths. And then lowering down. Bring your hands by your ribs. Push up onto your knees. Cross your feet over. Sukhasana. If you did feel like a little more, you could bring your foot up onto your shin, maybe up onto your thigh, We're going to fold forward, breathing in, lifting tall. Exhaling, traveling the hands forward. Maybe elbows even come down to the ground. Let's walk yourself back. Swap the feet over, maybe foot in front or somewhere up the leg. Lift up tall, breathe in. As we exhale, folding forward again. Slow down the breath. Maybe even close down the eyes. Not rushing these next few moments. Start to walk your hands back, and before we finish our practice, let's keep our eyes closed. Sit up nice and tall. Noticing if any of these movements, these yoga asanas, has shifted anything physically, energetically. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then just opening your eyes. Thank you so much, my friends. It's kind of fun not working towards a peak pose or a peak sequence. I feel like a lot of my classes are structured around that, so it's kind of nice just to like play and just move in a way that feels less structured and more intuitive. I will see you next time. Thank you so much for being here, and I can't wait to move with you again soon.